Let's separate ourselves and become that dynasty that this organization is building.
We're trying to make this thing something that people will never forget.
Whenever we step on that field, you will know stagnation.
It's about continuing to build a legacy on and off the field.
We're going to give them an opportunity to work in there. They're going to help teach them while we're trying to teach them at the same time.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas edition of Hy-Vee Chiefs Insider. We'll get you ready for the Chiefs and Seahawks with a special show. We have Nick Bolton under the helmet, number 5 in the league in total tackles. Isaiah Pacheco, the rookie running back, is mic'd up. Matt McMullen will join me on Kingdom Conversations. We'll explore what the Seahawks have done right and wrong so far this year. And maybe the feature of the year, Tech 9, is going to be on the show. But first, let's go back to Houston, that overtime victory, as we go to our Chiefs game day recap.
Oh, we back again.
So today, it's not the Raiders, it's not the Broncos, it's not the Chargers, it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs who can make history for AFC West divisional dominance. They fake to McKinnon, they'll throw to McKinnon, right flat 15, 10-yard line, sprints forward, front pylon, touchdown! Kansas City, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Jerick McKinnon, who continues his outstanding season. Fortune wide to the right along with Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Sprint out action right side of the pass. Reaching out for the football. Touchdown! Kansas City! Second down, goal to go for the Chiefs at the 5. 21-16 Houston. Snap to Mahomes. Pump faking, now moving to his left. Angling, will he run it? He will. At the far side angle and stretches out. Touchdown! Kansas City! And the Chiefs will go for 2, leading 22-21. Sprint out right. They go on now. A shovel pass back into McKinnon. It's good for 2 points. And the Kansas City Chiefs lead 24-21. And now Kansas City will get ready for a coin toss in overtime.
Gentlemen, we're about to begin an overtime period of up to 10 minutes. Kansas City gets to call the toss. Tails. It is tails. You've won the toss. You all want the ball. Kansas City gets the ball first this end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
The Chiefs trying to win the division here. Third down 4 for the Chiefs at the Texan 43. Chiefs have to get a touchdown on this drive. Mahomes pump faking. Now he's in trouble. He'll be sacked back at the 41-yard line.
We have 2 turnovers. They have 0. This is an opportunity.
Snap to Mills. Chiefs trying to pressure, and now Mills will scramble. Gets across the 15. The ball's out. The ball is out. And the Chiefs trying to fight for the ball. It looks like the Texans might have it. They jump on it at the 26. Willie Gay Jr., does he have that football? The Chiefs, they still have not given the signal for the Chiefs. And now they do! Willie Gay Jr. recovers a fumble in overtime at the Houston 25-yard line. A field goal can win it now for Kansas City. McKinnon, the single back. Mahomes hands it off to McKinnon, trying to dart left. 25-20, downfield block. 10-5, touchdown! Kansas City! And the Kansas City Chiefs have won the AFC West for a 7th consecutive year. That's 2nd all-time in National Football League history in division dominance. And they join the 79 Rams in winning the West for a 7th consecutive time.
Let's go. Everybody up. Hey, my hat's off to you, baby.
Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy this, man. This is the big time thing to do, win the division. And then when we get home from that plane ride, we ride on. We got bigger goals in mind. Right. Let's go. Chiefs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Chiefs!
Yes, sir.
Coming up, we'll have one of the best young linebackers in the NFL, Nick Bolton under the helmet, and Tech 9 center stage. Chiefs Insider is brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And your Midwest Ford dealers, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome back to the show. He's on the cusp of setting an all-time Chiefs record for single-season tackles that has stood since Donnie Edwards did it in 2000. We're under the helmet with Chiefs linebacker Nick Bolton.
I think when it comes to Nick Bolton, I think the guy plays with a little bit of anger and attitude, which is exactly what you want in your middle linebacker. And he's also able to keep it cool, calm, and collected to be the voice of the defense.
I'm really a lead by example guy. That's kind of how I've always been. And just want to lead how I practice, how I play, how I communicate, and just making sure everybody around me kind of understands like where I'm thinking and what they're thinking, so we can all play fast and play together as a unit. The best part of being on the team is winning. I feel like a lot of these guys come here every single day and their main focus is winning. I didn't have a lot of success winning in college, and so coming up here and winning every single week and competing and being close games, man, that's what I live for. It's kind of been also the best part about being on the Chiefs, getting a chance to compete. Those guys, Chris, Frank, and Jay Reed, Juan, all those guys are giving me confidence every single day to do my job to the best of my abilities, and they help me throughout the way as well. They communicate things that they see throughout the game, and just having an open conversation, trying to figure out the best way to do things.
3rd down 9. 2 receivers to the near side. Willis retreats. They want to run a screen. Near side! Nick Bolton blows it up. Nick Bolton was reading it all the way. It'll be a loss to the 42-yard line, a loss of 4.
Yeah, man, it goes start the beginning of the week, just kind of looking at the tape, and the coach staff puts a great plan, and we kind of just go through and watch keys and reminders throughout the week, and I kind of just study it, and I kind of like paint the picture in my head, and so if I see like 2 or 3 things that align with what I saw, I just kind of triggers a quick trigger in my mind. I just go. The play I think I can pinpoint was at the play of Tennessee on the screen pass. I saw the guard and the running back go to the same side without us calling a blitz. So I knew there had to be like a scan screen alert, and so I was able to trigger, get downhill real quick, and make a tackle for us.
I know that they're going to have to play a game against the Seahawks because Seahawks are a really talented team.
You look at the offense and the run game of what the Seahawks can do with a bevy of running back options, and then they have elite receivers in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. If this is a game between the Chiefs and the Seahawks, it's going to be one of these games where their offense is able to keep up with the Chiefs' offense.
So it's actually my first Christmas game, and so I'm pretty excited about this one. We're going to be out there having fun, man, and just energized, ready to play, man, and it's going to be great to get my first time to compete against those guys.
Pacheco back in at running back. He gets it behind left guard, stumbles 35, 30-yard line on his feet, and lunging to the 27 of the Texans with a 12-yard run.
Let's go.
12:04 to go, 3rd quarter. Pacheco stays in. This time, Mahomes in the shotgun. Takes the snap between the 1 and 5. Screen pass. Left Pacheco. Room. 25-20. Downfield block. 15. And undercut as he gets to the 15-yard line of the Texans. A 27-yard field goal to try to give the Chiefs their first lead of the game. Butker will nail this 27-yard field goal.
Now we ball. Let's go.
5:14 to go in the game. A 29-yard field goal attempt by Kaimi Fairbairn. And Fairbairn's kick is tying the game.
Come on, D. Come on. Come on. Step 10 toes down.
And now Kansas City will get ready for a coin toss in overtime.
Let's go. Let's end it right here.
3rd down 4 for the Chiefs. At the Texan 43. Chiefs have to get a touchdown on this drive. Mahomes pump faking. Now he's in trouble. He'll be sacked back at the 41-yard line.
We've been begging for it all game long. The Chiefs defense stepping up to this challenge. This is an opportunity.
Snap to Mills. Looking left. Chiefs trying to pressure. And now Mills will scramble. Gets across the 15. The ball's out. The ball is out. And the Chiefs trying to fight for the ball. It looks like the Texans might have it. Willie Gay Jr., does he have that football? They still have not given the signal for the Chiefs. And now they do! Willie Gay Jr. recovers a fumble in overtime.
Let's go!
McKinnon, the single back. Mahomes hands it off to McKinnon, trying to dart left. 25-20, downfield block. 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City! Terrific run by Jerick McKinnon to win the game in overtime on a 26-yard run.
D did that thing tonight. Straight up. All gas, no brakes. Love. Appreciate y'all.
Coming up on Hy-Vee Chiefs Insider, he can rev up the Chiefs kingdom like no other. TAC 9 is coming your way. And our Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays edition of Kingdom Conversation, joined now by senior team reporter Matt McMullen. And the Seattle Seahawks come to town for a Saturday Christmas Eve game against the Chiefs. A lot on the line here for both teams. Chiefs in that now, with the division wrapped up, are setting sail and trying to get that 1 seed in the talent-laden AFC, while the Seahawks are clinging to their NFC playoff hopes.
Yeah, Seattle's one of the better stories in the NFL this season. I think a lot of people expected Seattle to be in contention for the top overall pick in the draft this year after trading Russell Wilson away, going with Geno Smith at quarterback. But again, they've been one of the best stories in the NFL. They started 6-3 this season, looked like a shoo-in for the playoffs, right? But they're 1-4 since then, fighting for their playoff lives now in this one.
The other big story here is Geno Smith is a great story. I mean, he's like the Renaissance man, right? What did that Geno Smith? Sure, it's not a different guy, but for much of the year, he was at the top of the league in completion percentage and quarterback rating, even ahead of Patrick Mahomes. Things have kind of tailed off a bit, but Geno's having a terrific backup year.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate football story. It's why we like sports. Like Geno Smith can have a movie made about him this year. First starting season since 2014 for him. He comes in, he's leading the NFL right now in completion percentage at 71.4%, and that's despite having 49 attempts of 20 or more air yards this year. For Geno, it really all boils down to accuracy and avoiding turnovers. Did a great job of that early this season, but in their 5-game stretch right now where they're 1-4, he has 7 giveaways in that time. That's a big reason why they're losing these games.
Okay, so the other side of this then is what Seattle is doing in giving up the run. First of all, they're last in the NFL in time of possessions. Last time of possession at 27 minutes and 27 seconds. But they're also last in the league in giving up big runs, or they've allowed 31 5-minute drives, last in the league, 32 10-play drives. And the fact that they've allowed a 100-yard scrimmage yards game by a running back to 9 different running backs. So this has obviously been a problem for them, not just in the run game, but also in defending running backs in the passing game. But they have been just decimated. You look at Josh Jacobs, he had over 300 yards of all-purpose yards against these guys.
Yeah, this run defense has really struggled all season long. They've allowed the second most rushing yards in the NFL. They've allowed at least 150 rushing yards in 5 straight games. Not easy to win football games when you're doing that, and they're 1-4 in those games for a reason. And for the Chiefs right now, this backfield is really starting to take shape, right? With Jerick McKinnon and Isaiah Pacheco. I call it thunder and lightning right now with what Pacheco's doing on the ground and what McKinnon can do through the air. They teamed up for 189 rushing yards as a team last week against the Houston Texans. Let's keep that rolling here against the Seahawks.
We don't have Clark Griswold, Cousin Eddie, or any eggnog for you, but we do have the Seahawks and Chiefs in a big Christmas Eve game. Chiefs Insider is brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And your Midwest Ford dealers, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs.
You better believe we won't be denied. Okay, let's try that next little piece. Change the channel. Rule number 2, you gotta know the clock is on our side.
So the NFL schedule comes out in the middle of May. And the first thing we do as content creators is we kind of huddle around and figure out what cool moments there are. What jumps off the page? Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
So we all come together to try to figure out what could be something cool that connects with Christmas Eve. And 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is like in...
Because it's literally the day before Christmas that we're playing this game. Yeah.
So presenting to the team that we write a Chiefy version, maybe a grittier version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. The thought process was, could we have somebody really cool like Kansas City's favorite son, Tech-9, be the narrator of this thing? He comes in and he's like, what if we kind of took it to the next level? What if because I was like, look, I wanted to make it less Christmassy, like more street. And then we're like, look, we got to call Trav, we got to call Tech. So we sat in the room, kind of figured out how we're going to do it. But I'm like, I don't want it to be like Disney and fun. I want it to be like edgy. And he's like, I got the...
We said PG-13.
PG-13, right?
You know
That's as far as we can get to rated R, right?
Yes.
Honestly, when you came to me and we started talking animation, there's a group that I've always wanted to use. I just haven't had the right time, and it's Too Tall. I heard about them a long time ago, but most recently they were doing like the Super Bowl animations, the one last year. So it's incredible. They do this amazing work. Knew about them a little bit, and it was like, let's make this call.
So I think if you're a Chiefs fan, you realize that this isn't the first time that Tech-9's made a Chiefs appearance, right? We were really lucky to work with Tech in the past, and most importantly, have a photo shoot with him. Did a great video last year with him, and he's just so easy to work with, so directable, and we got all these incredible images, and that's the stuff that I handed to you.
Right, and all I really needed was those images. We've worked with like many different freelancers, illustrators before, but I just hand over a couple to Too Tall, and then off they went. That's all they needed.
So when we sat down and we blocked this thing out in our wildest dreams, that's the nice thing about animation, is you can just basically do whatever you want. Tech sitting in almost some sort of like a Game of Thrones-y large chair.
Right, that's gonna show you the detail level but it's all going to be animated. And it's not cartoons. It's like real legit animation. I want to hear the beginning a bit again with that.
The
elf character.
Yes. Because you guys told me it was going to be a cartoon.
Yeah.
So I put this character at the beginning. It's like a intro. Picture an elf saying this intro, and then I come in rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Let's hear it.
All right, here we go. It's rough, but
Go. I
just
love
did
it.
it.
When did he start doing this now?
I just did it. I just started like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, gather around so you all won't miss this wonderful gift that's about to begin right now.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all seemed just fine. You thought it was Santa Claus.
But surprise, Tech-9! And it ain't no sheep. It makes me think it's like an elf dressed in Chiefs clothing introducing it. You know what I'm saying? But
Calling all Chiefs fans! And he's just got your same pose, but he's got the mic in front of his face. That's when he's at a distance and you'll be able to see him. His green will pop at that point and you'll be able to see him a little bit better.
How do we transition these scenes? What do we see? How do we see it? We went down to the detail of like editing and making sure that Tech's eyebrow was perfectly right. It all had to fit with the overall aesthetic.
We talked about Andy Reid's mustache being like a center character. We talked about the snow globe being shaken and having big transitions happening. We talked about ghosts of Christmas past, angels with wings, and all kinds of cool things happening. All these cool things, and that's what we delivered to the guys at Too Tall.
we gotta add is the first down.
Here we go. Last but not least,
Chiefs Kingdom is one, so welcome one, welcome all. KC, the fun has just begun. I ran out of breath. Sorry, I didn't mean to say. You edit that out.
We got you.
All right, let's do it again. Chiefs Kingdom is one, so welcome one, welcome all. KC, the fun has just begun. That's the one I want.
I don't think it's any surprise to people that something like this, I think the actual video itself is like 1 minute and 39 seconds, has taken something like 2 months, 3 months to physically create and 6 months in iteration, but it falls at a great time, and I think you put it best.
Yeah, this is really just like from us to you, it's our Christmas present to the kingdom.
Tech-9! Gotta put the tag on it.
Calling all Chiefs fans. Everyone, gather around so you all won't miss this wonderful gift that's about to begin right now.
'twas the night before Christmas, and all seemed just fine. You thought it was Santa Claus.
But surprise, Tech-9! And it ain't no sheep in here, cause we're wolves in Chiefs clothing. You won't know what hit you when that red and gold just keeps rolling. Better study hard, cause Andy Reid is coming to town with a twinkle of his stats, and that's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
The fight to its own, the Maestro Mahomes, he stays willing and dealing. Shovel passes, no looks.
Touchdown, Chiefs!
Oh, what a feeling.
Don't forget the other side, because defense wins. Every time that there's a sack, an angel gets its. The ghost of Christmas past, they're all here.
Bell, Tomba, Jerry, and Nightmare.
Spreading holiday fear.
Come on, let's go.
Jingle bells are, but our decibels are unstoppable. unstoppable. When the Red Kingdom rocks red, a silent night is impossible. Before stepping in the house, it's a few things you should know. Just some ground rules from Tech to help you enjoy the show. Let's get it. First things first, there ain't no lead that we can't handle. Down 24, whenever no worries, just don't change that channel. Rule number 2, you gotta know the clock is on our side. Just 13 seconds, but you better believe we won't be denied. Here we go. Last but not least, Chiefs Kingdom is won. So welcome one, welcome all. Casey, the fun has just begun. Tech 9.
Thanks for joining us on this week's show. Again, a big game for the Seattle Seahawks, trying to stay in the NFC playoff chase, while the Chiefs, now with the division title, try to get the 1 seed back in the AFC. Next week, what better way to ring in the new year than to try to beat the Denver Broncos for a 15th straight time? We'll get you ready for the Chiefs and Bronco rematch right here with a Happy New Year edition of Hy-Vee Chiefs Insider.